SR Enterprise is a partnership firm registered under GST in the state of Rajasthan. In the month of July, following transactions were made by SR Associates. The first transaction they have entered into is a purchase of commodity X on when it is on 1st July from registered person for an amount of 5 lakh at the rate of 1000 per ton. From this we can calculate how many tons, that is 5 lakh divided by 1000, 500 tons. Okay. The said commodity was deposited in the warehouse of NCDX. It is an agricultural commodity exchange that is also situated in Rajasthan as a security against transactions entered by the SR associates on the same day. Okay, next B. In order to hedge the aforesaid transaction on 1st July, SR associates undertook what? A derivative sale transaction in future. We know that derivative transaction is neither supply of goods nor supply of service unless it is what? Delivered physically, right? If it is squared off, of course, it is not sale, not a supply. Okay. Next, SR Associates took subscription for artificial intelligence based platform from an unrelated party, that is ABC Inc. and the company is situated in US to get real time updates on pricing of commodity X in international market. Already studied in the chapter of import of service where recipient should be in India and the supplier should be outside India. Here it is in US and the place of supply should be in India. Here we can see the place of supply and recipient belongs to where? Rajasthan, that is in India. So we can call it as what? Import of service, right? Recipient is other than non-taxable OIDR service, then it is always taxable in the hands of recipient, right? Means here the RCM is applicable. So SR enterprise have to pay the tax. Here ABC Inc. charged 50,000 for such subscription. The invoice was issued to SR Enterprise on 1st July, but the payment was made to ABC Inc. on 20th August. Here there is one more catch, that is time of supply. See, the invoice is 1st July, but the payment is made on 20th August. We already know in the case of time of supply, that is RCM in the case of supply of service, it is counted as earliest of what? Either payment, date of payment or the 60th day from the invoice is issued. Next, the NCDX charges rent from SR associates, that is 10,000 per month, and service charges at 20,000 per month. Both are instances we can claim what? ITC on that if SR enterprises have paid the tax on that. Next, E point says that on the date of expiry of the future contract of the month of August, that is 31st August for commodity X, the rate of commodity X was 900 per ton. It is nothing but continuation of what? Point B, where they are saying that the rate of 5,000 per contract from SR associates in the month when such transaction was entered and such transaction was squared off. Here clearly they have given there is no physical delivery, there is square off of the transaction. So we can conclude the point B is what? Not a supply. G. On the purchase of commodity X, additional levy in form of mandi tax was applicable at the rate of rupees 10 per ton, which is not included in the point A above. Means we already studied that the taxable value will include all the taxes except GST, right? So here mandi tax will be included in the taxable value of what? Commodity X. So 500 tons into what? Rupees 10 we have to do. That is nothing but rupees 5,000 will be included in the taxable value. All the amounts given above are exclusive of GST unless otherwise provided. The opening balance of input tax credit is nil. Subject to the information given above, assume that all the other conditions necessary for availing ITC is fulfilled. Okay. Assume there are no other outward or inward transactions apart from a faucet transaction in the month of July and August. GST is applicable in the aforesaid case scenario at the following rate, that is 9% CGST, 9% SGST, and if it is interstate supply, then 18% IGST. Yes, now we will solve the questions one by one. That is, compute the taxable value of inward supply of commodity X for SR enterprise in the month of July. What we have to do is of commodity X, that is for 5 lakh. It is given in the question, right? 1,000 rupees into 500 tons, that is 5 lakh. And mandi tax, which was not included, we have to include, that is 10 into 500 ton. 10 is given, 500 we have calculated from here. So 10 into 500 will be 5,000. So total will be 5 lakh 5,000. So the answer is D. So the answer is D. Next question, compute the value of outward supply made by the SR associates in the month of August. We can see here in the month of August there is only one transaction, that is AI, subscription for AI, and that too is what a purchase transaction, that is not outward transaction. So we can see here the answer is nil. There is no outward supply. There is only what? Inward supply. Okay, next question. What is the time of supply for subscription of AI based platform by SR Associates? As I already explained this, the time of supply, before that you have to know import of service for a consideration whether or not in the course or furtherance of business is considered as supply, right? It is a supply, yes. Now we have to check import of service, whether it is import of service or not. For import of service, there are three conditions. That is, supplier of service is located outside India, that is US, and recipient of service is located in India. Yes, here it is Rajasthan, and place of supply is in India. Yes, it is in Rajasthan. So we can conclude it is what a import of service. Now know the point that if recipient of imported service is other than non-taxable online recipient of OIDR service, then RCM is applicable and recipient of imported service is liable to pay IGST. So here recipient in the sense who? SR associates. So we can conclude it is a transaction of RCM basis. In that case, RCM, in the case of reverse charge, the time of supply shall be the earliest of following, that is date of payment. Here it is 20th August and the date of immediately after 60 days from the date of issue of invoice, that is 60 days from when? 1st July, right? So that will come to 30th September. So here we can say the earliest is 20th August. So the answer is 20th August. Okay. Now come to the GST payable in cash. In cash, we always pay what the transaction that is done on RCM basis. So RCM basis, they have charged how much? That is for AI subscription, they have charged 50,000. So 50,000 into 18% comes up to 9,000. So the answer is 9,000. We know that even though there is input tax credit, we cannot pay the tax from there. We have to always pay the tax from cash ledger in the case of what? RCM. Okay. Now, next question is compute the input tax credit balance available with SR associates. Now, input transactions, we have to check what and all input transaction we have came across. That is, purchase of commodity is an input. Mandi tax you have to include in the taxable value, so that that will also come. Derivative is not at all a supply, then it will not come. Subscription of AI, we have to pay tax, so there is no input tax credit on that. Rent, yeah, it is an expense, so you can claim input tax credit. Similarly, service charge and brokerage. So if we add up all the things, it will come to 5,40,000. And the GST on the same will be at the 18% rate will be what? 97,200. So the answer is 97,200. I hope you understood the case. Thank you.